Youth transitions are rarely straightforward but better thought of as journeys, paved with experiences and everyday life influences and opportunities to determine the direction of the path. When classmates Luke and Nicole decided to enter higher education, it wasn't a simple decision. They've both been walking very different paths in life with contrasting experiences. By hearing their stories, we can begin to understand the process and individual transitions into uni.
Hi, my name's Nicole Jade. When I finished school back in 2007, I was unsure where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, or who I wanted to be. I just knew I wanted to get out of my hometown Murwillumbah. I got accepted into Southern Cross Uni and it was an absolute whirlwind how fast I was located to Lismore and my new life began. I adapted fast as I'd always longed to make my own home somewhere less isolated than my parents' home. I quickly made new friends and I hardly returned back to Murwillumbah due to ICTs like Facebook and mobile phones. I still felt in the loop with everyone back home. At uni, I lived the life of the party, flirting with chemical culture each weekend. My excessive appetite for the ultimate high did cause me to briefly experiment into the more hardcore experiences, though this phase ended as quickly as it began. After a year, I felt lost on my path, bored and worn out with my lifestyle and course. I felt trapped in Lismore with no mobility. I started returning to Murwillumbah by bus to visit friends and family. A huge transition in my life occurred when I entered into a fusion relationship with my first serious boyfriend, deferring from uni and moving back to my hometown. I became a housekeeper, worker and cook. The housewife lifestyle soon wore thin and I became bored and unsatisfied. I felt the need to explore my own opportunities of travel, education and relationships independently, throwing me into the lifestyle of autonomy. This transition was one of the most liberating choices I'd ever made, and after travelling out of the local area to Melbourne, a crucial moment was born where I felt a new passion for life and mobility, inspiring me to go for my learner's licence to advance my freedom and independence, and also applying for Griffith Uni. When I got accepted, I left for the Gold Coast and never looked back.
Hi, I'm Luke. When I finished high school in 2002, I had no desire to go to uni. Having come from a disadvantaged estate, I felt it was more important to get a job and become financially independent. Upon finishing school, I was offered a management position at a video store. I accepted the job and began the transition from secondary education to full-time employment. Pretty soon I had become financially independent and I decided it was time to begin the process of disembedding. I left home as a detached leaver. I moved into a share house with some friends and began the transition from parental dependence to domestic independence. During this period of loss of security, my friends and I adopted the motto, work hard, play hard, and I began experimenting within a chemical culture. After 6 months, I entered a long-term fusion relationship and our limited geographical mobility experience paired with our desire to live a cosmopolitan lifestyle, inspiring us to disembed and move interstate from New South Wales to Queensland. The transition of moving interstate was smooth. I found a new job and a place to live very quickly, and because I had already had a support network of friends living on the Gold Coast, I bypassed the process of loss of security and immediately re-embedded and established a sense of belonging. Fast forward. 6 years and 3 jobs later, my relationship had come to an end and I entered a phase of autonomy. Dissatisfied with my career in retail management and unsure of the pathway I wanted to take in life, I had decided to take some time away from work and re-evaluate. After careful consideration, I decided to end my flirtation with the chemical culture I had been engaged in the last several years and pursue my childhood dream of becoming an animation artist by enrolling at Griffith University. Both Nicole and I found that our windy pathways from school to university were full of eye-opening experimental transitions that have benefited our first-year experience by allowing a more mature, focused and confident version of ourselves to enter into the world of higher education.
Through experiences with intimate relationships, mobility of our homes and overall social experiences with the chemical culture, we found ourselves less naive and better prepared for this transition, finding uni a fantastic opportunity to make contacts, learn new skills and follow our dreams.
So from our two stories, it's seen that each experience shapes who we become as adults and the paths we take are purely individual. There is no right or wrong way to get to a destination, but rather different routes that can be taken while trying to get there.